Alright, so really quickly before the video starts here, it's not a Dark Magician deck, I want to make that clear, and before a certain somebody decides he's going to comment it, I am not leaving Dark Magician. Dark Magician is my favorite deck, but this is more to show that I play other decks than Dark Magician. So, I got a couple of games here. This is versus Dinos in Ranked DB. We're playing a Invoked, a Branded, and a Dogmatikia engine. I'll show it at the end of the video if you're interested. And like and subscribe if you're new here. And if you want to see me make more cringe Yu-Gi-Oh content or cringe content in general, subscribe, leave a like, whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna play. So I play Meltdown first. Actually, you need to change this to fast forward. There's our copy of Alistair. Normal summon Alistair. It's gonna Veiler us. We're gonna play Branded Fusion. We'll make Albion. And now the reason we make Albion here instead of Rebellion is because this puts a light in our graveyard. Being an effect Veiler, which just could be a Ecclesia or any other light monster, it doesn't matter. And now we're going to use Albion to banish the Fallen Albaz and himself to summon Mirror Jade. And we already have Invocation because we opened it. So, we're going to end mech up a Mirror Jade here. And we have Nadir for callback. So, Invocation. Add that back. We have Alistair. Actually, we're not going to use Nadir for recursion. We're going to search Ecclesia, Spec Ecclesia, and search Fleur de Lis. Declare Titaniclad and get ourselves Maximus. Now, I do want to point out, I should have got Punishment off of Ecclesia, set it, and then in the end phase use Titaniclad to get Fleur de Lis instead of Maximus. Maximus is okay here. It'll get us access to Entis if we banish that to summon it. So we do have a potential pop on our opponent's turn, and we have Alistair for Recursion, a Monster Negate, and Ash. So let's see where it goes from here. We're going to Ash Fossil Dig. He Dark Holes me like He Dark Holes me like a fucking Chad, is what I was trying to say. Who the hell plays Dark Hole anymore? It's 2022. Like, come on now. Dark Hole, declare the effect of Mirror Jade. No matter what he does, his board's getting wiped. So he's not going to heavily extend here. Going to poke me for 2800. Summon that. End phase, we draw Infinite Impermanence. We're going to normal summon Alistair. And then on Alistair's summon, I don't think he has anything to do. So now we have Invocation. Activate the effect of Invocation, which will now get us a Goaties. A Goaties honestly is underrated. I'm not huge on it, I'll be honest, or I wasn't before playing a more fusion pile. It's what I call this deck, but a lot of other people call it that. But see, when a Goaties is special summoned, or well, hang on. If this card is special summoned, or a monster is special summoned to your opponent's field, target one monster your opponent controls, destroy it. Then he can banish a card and gain attack. It's kind of good. He's kind of like Entis in that way, but he's better because he can gain attack and is a body. I'm stuttering a lot today. Holy shit. But anyway, we're going to special summon a Maximus now, which will now get me Schism as a bait. We now have Fleur de Lis and Maximus. Now, let's see, that's 4,500. He took 48 for some reason. I'm not sure, and I told him how much to take, but he took 48. Not sure why he took that much. Because he's 2,000, we banished Mechaba, which is 2,500. 25 plus 2,000 is 4,500. I don't know why he did that. Had I summoned Maximus in attack, I would have had game here, but unfortunately I did not do that. So now we'll hit him for 3,000. A little misplay on my part just to show I do misplay. Even though I like to make fun of other people for doing it. Now he's just something to duck. Fuck. Alright, we're back. Because I fast forward a little bit too far. So we're going to break this down play by play. So in his draw phase, standby, main, he's going to play Duster, which will clear my Schism and Meltdown, which is completely fine. It's not a big deal. Now he's going to banish Scrap Raptor and Scrap Dragon. The summon Conductor. Now, wait a minute. Must be special summoned by banishing 2 dinosaur monsters from your grave. That's a dragon. I'm not sure why I let that go. Or maybe there's some card he activated that makes it a dragon that I don't know. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So, either way, he does that, summons Conductor, which doesn't in particularly matter. So I declare the effect of Agodes, which will now pop Conductor. And now we go game 2. Alright, he goes first here. We don't have a hand trap besides Imperm. Imperm's very strong, though. Oh. So, we have Branded Fusion, Invocation, Nadir, and Ecclesia, which isn't bad. I think I do make a misplay on my turn. It's either in this duel or the next one I'm going to show. So, we'll show here. Gets his Archosaur. So, do the Archosaur. He does something even though I click the think button on the effect of Amador before I hit the check, which is okay. Then he summons that, and I Imperm Overraptor when he declares the effect. Which will now negate Overraptor, so he doesn't get the search or to pop off Overraptor. So he goes into Link Kuribo. Not bad. He's playing Scrap Dino. It's a little outside my days of playing dinos, which was when they first came out. We were playing True Kings with them. So he summons Conductor. His board's pretty good. He has a quick effect Banish, which, or not Banish, but Book of Moon on my monsters. Overraptor's okay. It's an 1800 beater, and Secure Gardener's also pretty good. So we're gonna play from here. We get Upstart. Activate our effect of Upstart. We'll draw us Branded Fusion. We activate Nadir, which I should have played Branded Fusion first, I'll be honest, and baited that out. And then we could use Entis to pop. But unfortunately, I didn't make that play, so we're going to keep going. Because he didn't have Miss. He's going to Judgment my Nadir. Which honestly, I forgot about. I forget a lot that happens on DB. So, we'll see how far he goes now. I think I just hard play Branded Fusion now, because he doesn't have an interruption. Then those two make Albion. Albion will now lead us into Mirror Jade. This will now summon Ecclesia. Now, coming up here soon, I'm a little confused on something he says. So we use Ecclesia, which will return, search us, Fleur de Lis, like usual. Now, thinking we're going to declare our effect of Mirror Jade to banish Conductor. Then he's going to chain his Conductor, and I'm going to special summon Ecclesia because I control a Dogmatica and an extra deck monster to negate Tyranno. And he will say over here that I can't do that, and I'm really confused on why. As far as I know, and as far as my roommate knows, and he's a very good player. He got top 10 at a regional in Philadelphia and has his Nats invite. So he knows a good amount. He's a better player than I am. And I asked him, because I was right next to him, why can't I do that? And he didn't have a response. Well, he had a response. He didn't know why I couldn't either. So he's going to declare Conductor. I'm going to banish Albion for cost. He's chaining, which is fine. I chain Dogmatica Fleur de Lis. Special summon Floor to negate Conductor. I tell him he's good. He says I can't. He's going to... I don't know why he targeted Fleur de Lis. I don't know if maybe he thought he could chain Conductor again, but he can't because one, even if it wasn't a hard once per turn, which I'm pretty sure Conductor is, you can do that when it hasn't resolved. As far as I know, I could be wrong. But Conductor is going to be negated, which means he's going to get banished. So he's going to scoop here. And field also as material cost. So I have to do that first. So him typing chain is kind of irrelevant, but he's going to do that. Then I special floor to negate. I'm not sure what he was going with here. And I'm like, why not? And then he just leaves. And I get the dub. Because I am the world's best fusion pile player. And, yep, I'm just better than that guy. Even though he cheated the game before that, I didn't even notice. So, anyway, next game. Alright. So, we're playing against the friend I mentioned earlier. He's playing Branded Despia, which is what he got his invite with. I'm playing a Despia engine. Unfortunately, we don't really resolve Alistair in this game that I know of. I need to get a drink, sorry. But we have Aliber, Meltdown, Ecclesia, Albaz, and Forbidden Chalice. So we don't have any hand traps, but we have some interruptions. So we're going to let this play. He's going to end on a very fucking cracked board. That's all I'm going to say. I get absolutely slaughtered game one. So, actually, I think he sets Branded in red, too. I think. I'm not sure. Create effect at Albion, which will now get him Branded in red. Yep. This is like the best Branded Despia board you can end on. You got 2 Masquerade, which will burn you for 600 apiece every time you activate effect. Mirror Jade, it doesn't have its banish because it used the Albion effect to banish Aliber, and then he has Dramaturge. Very strong board. Not unbreakable, but very, very strong. So I'm going to play Chalice, which will negate one of his Masquerades. Then I'm going to North Summon the Aliber, search Branded Fusion, activate Meltdown, play Branded Fusion, then Valor, Albion. He's going to change Dramaturge, but he actually can't do that because he can't respond to anything on top of the Fusion Summon because of Meltdown. So, yep. Meltdown be good card. I'm going to send that. Summon our copy of Mirror Jade, which let us banish 1. Then we do our Dogmatikia package. And then he proceeds from here to do really annoying stuff. Ignore that attack on Chimera. For some reason, I thought it would destroy Mirror Jade, which would break his board. But unfortunately, I'm a monkey and stupid, so it doesn't do that. So, he proceeds to break my board and utterly clap my cheeks from here. So, yep. Alright. Game 2. I go first. And we have a fairly strong hand against Branded Despia. We have Ash for the Branded Fusion, and we have D-Barrier. Invocation's dead, because we don't have Alistair. But we have Ecclesia and Aliber. So we can end on Mirror Jade and some other spicy stuff. So we'll go forward from here. And we'll summon that, get our copy of Branded Fusion. He does play cross-out targets, so he very well could have Ash. But he doesn't. I do remember that. So it's something I am kind of worried about here, if he did open it. But he didn't. I was lucky. Was able to do that to summon Albion. Albion's effect, so summon Rebellion. So now in turn, summon Mirror Jade. And I set Punishment. And D-Barrier. Now I do shotgun the Punishment early, and it's not even able to fully resolve. Because he changed Droplet. Unfortunately, I don't own Droplet, or I'd play that over Chalice. But, unfortunately, I do not have the money for that. So, we're going to sit here. He's going to use his phone to Albaz, which is send Droplet, which I will chain D-Barrier, call Fusion, so he can't do that. Now, we're sitting right next to each other, so not always going to type stuff over there. Actually, I don't think we typed a single thing. And he's going to activate a Lure. So, let him draw 2. We're banish Oliver for his draw. Set 1 card. Set 2 more. Pass his turn. I'm able to draw. Now, one thing I always forget to do on DB is click these little buttons here, so just automatically assume I'm in main phase 1. So, I'm going to change Ecclesia to attack. I normal summon Fallen Albaz. Activate Punishment. Now, he has a set droplet here, which will now, unfortunately, send Albaz for cost, having the attack a Mirror Jade, which means Punishment can no longer resolve to check the attack. So, Mirror Jade's at 1500. I get really close to game here, but not quite. If he didn't have Droplet, I would have won, but unfortunately, I did not have that. So he's just going to sit here and take a whole bunch of damage. He goes down to 700. I go to end phase and pass my turn. He draws, and he has to break my board. Branded Fusion, I ash it. It gets a little unga bunga here, because he's going to use that. Use Mirror Jade to effect. Imperm. Imperm be a good card. That's one of his. He only plays 1 as a cross-out target. But that was unfortunate. I would use that to clear his board in the end phase. And from here, it gets interesting. He attacks over Ecclesia. I thought it would just... For some reason, I thought it would destroy it, but it didn't. I had a blonde moment. Both fields are nuked. So now from here, it's just waiting until I draw a monster and taking 1500 damage. So we'll do that. He will attack me again. Lets me draw Maximus. Maximus here is the MVP. Because Maximus will now let me send, like, Entis. And I think I send Purgatrio to pop that and then swing. But I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, because he's just good. That's what I would have done. Anyway, game 3. Game 3 is also kind of interesting. Alright. So let's pause for a second here. So, my opening hand, I drew Dark Ruler for turn was Meltdown, Albaz, Chalice, Levianeer, and Nadir. You don't have to play Levianeer. I want to point this out. You do not have to play it. I play it because I like it and I'm a monkey, but definitely don't have to. He bricked hard, which helps a lot when your opponent does brick. So we chain the effect of Meltdown, which will in turn search our copy of Alistair. Now we will normal Alistair, search Invocation. He will Barrier Call Fusion, which is fine because we play a Dogmatikia engine. Link him off so we can search Ecclesia. Activate that. You just swing at him for 5,800. So now he has his chance to go off, which I think he OTKs me here. So he just has Branded Fusion. You just copy a Mirror Jade. Strong card. If he didn't brick, I feel like we would have won. Because we have Albaz and Dark Ruler. That last little bit of it there was just showing what was left in our hands after he won. Because he had exactly game. Dramaturge made everything 0. And then he has 5. He has 55. 85. Right there. He has game by 100,000 fucking percent. Anyway, I guess I can show the deck really quickly. It's not a Dark Magician deck, and I know that's what a lot of you guys, especially my newer subs, are subscribed to me for. So, this is the deck I was playing. Now, if you don't want to play Levianeer, play more Effect Veiler or a third Super Poly, but it's nothing fancy. It's interesting. It's a work in progress. It's a fun deck. It's a fairly strong deck, too. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this as something different, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.